Hi everyone, good afternoon. I want to go over a couple things with you. In regard to these discussions. So first of all, you have plenty of time. I'm opening them up to 5 full minutes. I do not expect you to take 5 full minutes. That would be very terrible for me, but I'm leaving it out there in case you want to get super thorough. If I were to write up everything that I was going to say in one of these discussions, if I were to type it up, it would probably be a full 2 pages, 1 to 2 pages like this. Because there's a lot to say, and I want you to be thorough in your analysis, in your explanations, with complete thoughts. I'll give you an example in just a second. And then good examples. Look for the best examples you can find from the readings and go with that. And then connections. Again, the explanations. How do your examples prove your arguments? I do want you to be direct and concise and know what you're going to say ahead of time. Have an outline written. This is my outline for what I'm talking about with you today. So you can see it's not like super full, but it will remind me of what I need to tell you without me having to like think and okay. So for this discussion, you're supposed to pick one reason why Christian missionaries were more successful in Spanish-controlled America, or the Americas, as compared to Christian missionaries in China. They were really successful in the Americas, and they were not successful in China. I want you to pick one reason. So here's, say, one example. You do not need to use this example. You find your own examples. If you do use this example, create your own thesis and add your own examples. So say I decide that the native or local religions are the main reason that Christian missionaries were successful in the Americas. So maybe my thesis would state that and say, in a complete thought, the reason that Christian missionaries were so successful in the Americas was because of the local religions and philosophies, as compared to in China, where their local religions and philosophies were not welcoming to the Christian missionaries. And then in order to prove that point, I would have to think about what was going on in the Americas before Europeans arrived. In the Aztec Empire or in the Incan Empire, for example, who's in control? When other groups conquered, like the Aztecs are kind of new. They've been around for a little over 100 years before the Spanish arrived. When the Aztecs came into power, what happened? Did they completely wipe out the local religions, or did they maybe compromise and say, no, the local religions can stay, but our gods are more dominant? How did that affect the outcome? And then when the Spanish Christians come in, the Catholics, what do they think about the local religions? How do they react to indigenous beliefs and traditions? And then compare the same topic to China. What are the religious beliefs in China? How is this political structure focused around those religious beliefs? How does that influence how they are welcoming or not welcoming to outside beliefs? What do the Christian missionaries do when they reach China to try to convert the population? They're dealing with the local belief systems, Confucianism, plus Buddhism, Taoism, and a few others. And how do those big philosophies and religions that kind of structure all of society, how do they take in the Christian missionaries? What do the Christians have to do in order to try to convince the people? And so it's the same one reason. It's local, indigenous, native belief systems that either allow the Christian missionaries success, as in Spanish-controlled Americas, or disallow the Christians from having much influence at all in China. I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, post to the Q&A discussion or feel free to email me. And I am excited to hear your arguments. Have a great day.